Finding a good tutor isn't really that complicated. At the top of this page, there's a tab labeled Find a Tutor. When you click on that tab, you get a drop-down menu. The online tutoring option will take you to some explanatory information about how the online tutoring works. Request a tutor lets you post an explanation of what you're looking for on an internal job board that all of the tutors for that particular subject can see. And search for tutors is going to take you to a search page. You may hit a screen that looks like this before getting to the main search page, or you may not. I think it's a little different on the app as compared to the website. Just type the subject you're looking for into the provided text box. I've used algebra here because it just makes for a good example. The search page includes a search box at the top where you can enter the name of whatever subject you're looking for if you came directly to this page and didn't hit the other page in between. And they have everything in here, whether it's Mandarin Chinese or calculus, whatever. If you're looking for econometrics, it's in here. If you need to learn a programming language, we have tutors for that in here. As you can see, I have basically no filters turned on, and there are a lot of tutors who cover the subject of algebra. The default sort is for the best match, and this does tend to result in some fairly pricey results being sorted to the top. Also notice very high quality here, 5-star ratings out of over 1,000 ratings each. Next, I'm going to show you what happens when you use some of the filters and when you try a different sort. Okay, so I decided to use the filters to limit the hourly rate to not more than $40 an hour and to restrict my results to tutors who have a background check on file. Honestly, this is a little less important if a student is in college or when you're dealing with online tutoring rather than an in-person tutor. But if the student is under 18 years of age, it can be reassuring to know that their tutor has been background checked. I also altered the availability just a little bit to reflect the sort of filtering that might be helpful for a student who is enrolled in classes or extracurricular activities and is looking for a tutor who can work around their schedule. Lastly, I restricted this to tutors who are 25 years of age or older, just on general principles. And I also changed the sort feature to sort by the lowest price instead of the best match, which gets a very, very different price point at the top of my search results. Now, it's up to you whether you want to use both the hourly rate restriction in the filters and the sort by lowest price, or if there's one that you prefer to use. There are other sort options, including ratings and experience, like the number of hours they have spent tutoring on the platform. I would like to point out that there are still over 500 algebra tutors in this price range, even with all the filters that I have put into place. But now we need to take a quick look at what happens if I want a tutor who is available in person within a certain range of a specific zip code. This is why I wanted to specifically address the issue of in-person tutoring. Most sites that offer in-person tutoring either have limited selection, limited availability, or higher prices. At least 2 of those are happening here. For the record, this search was done for Murfreesboro, Tennessee, which is a college town with a very large university in it. I also did a search for Manhattan, New York, and it came back with 46 results instead of 2. So where you live is going to impact the number of available in-person tutors in your area. But this is a 40-mile radius, again, in a college town, and we're only getting 2 algebra tutors who can do in-person tutoring. There are a lot of factors driving this. Mostly this is market forces that are beyond the control of any individual tutor or any tutoring service. Long story short, you're just going to be able to find more tutors with lower prices and more available hours if you are willing to accept online tutoring. So let's talk about that for a minute. If you go to the Find a Tutor tab and click on online tutoring, there are a collection of resources about the online tutoring platform, which is called the Learning Studio. There's a video that gives you a full walkthrough of how the studio works, as well as several other explanatory sections and smaller videos once you scroll down the page. I have been teaching at the college level since 2008. I have been using online learning management systems for that entire time, and I have been tutoring online since 2018. This system really is excellent for tutoring purposes. It does things that most college learning management systems cannot do. But you don't have to take my word for it. Over 4 million customers have been sufficiently pleased that they've left 5-star reviews, and a large number of those are from online tutoring. 2 more things I want to show you before I finish. One of them is this, the messages page. When you are scheduling a session with a tutor, you will need to send messages back and forth with them. Those are handled through this message board. You can even attach files here if that is useful by using the little paperclip icon underneath the text window. You will get notifications on your dashboard page and by email when you have communication from a tutor or a prospective tutor. If you have the app and you have notifications turned on, you will also get notifications from that system. Lastly, there's your settings page. To get to it, click on the My Account tab at the top of the page and select the Settings option. Once you're on the settings page, there are 3 settings in particular that you will want to pay attention to. The first one is there a school the student is affiliated with? And then there are 2 checkboxes at the bottom. School affiliation can matter because some schools and universities have agreements with Wyzant regarding discounted tutoring for their students. Sometimes it's even free tutoring. Accessing these programs usually requires that the email address for the account be from the school that is connected to Wyzant. You can update your email on this page if you need to by clicking on the edit button next to the email window. So, for example, I happen to know that Dell's online degree or certification programs have an agreement with Wyzant, but you have to have an email address associated with their program to get the discounted or free tutoring. So if you have a student who has a school affiliation, go ahead and put that school information in here and also check with the school to see if they have an arrangement with Wyzant. The checkbox on the left is checked by default, and it requires that tutors submit a 25-word or longer summary of each lesson when the lesson has been completed. You can leave this on or turn it off depending on your preference. The checkbox on the right is also checked by default, and it shares any requests that you make of a specific prospective tutor to the job board for the subject that you're looking for. So this means the first time that you message James about setting up a tutoring session, you could get replies from Christine, Sarah, and Jonathan, none of whom you messaged, and all of whom saw your request on the job board. Once you and a tutor have connected, you have messaged them, and they have responded to you. You should not get any additional messages from other tutors. Now, this option can be useful if you're not set on a particular tutor and time is of the essence, but it can be annoying if you are trying to connect with a specific tutor. So again, you can leave this option on or turn it off depending on your preference. And that is it. That is the basic walkthrough of how the system works, other than the online learning studio, for which there are other walkthrough videos already available. I hope this has been helpful to you and that you have a lovely rest of your day.